Hi guys, just a bit of a prelude regarding the AMA we had today for Eizper chain. Absolutely amazing, like a ball buster of an AMA. I think these guys are going to do super well. So put it on, listen to the whole thing. There's a lot of alpha in this. We talk about the NFTs. We talk about next year. They're going to have a super detailed NFT system, which is based around characters. You're going to be able to buy some of the NPCs. You see the blacksmith there on screen. The weapon system, the armor system, it's going to be free to play to start off with. Of course, you can earn in-game currency, coin, and upgrade your items and continue to earn. So I think this was an amazing AMA. Super impressed, super happy they came to stage, and I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you, Mother, for the rabbits. Oh, but welcome to stage, Rudri from Eizper chain. You're joining us at Grape Protocol live AMA. I have got channels just above for people to have a look. We've got two channels. The Eizper chain AMA questions was for people to put in beforehand. So if you have any questions, feel free in live questions to mention those. The channel should be open now. You should be able to ask away. But normally what we do try and do is speak to our guests first, get through a lot of the basic questions and get through some of the questions towards the end from the crowd, because we will go through a lot of the information obviously, but the website is up there as well, eizperchain.com. I have got a video, a short link there. I think I did 13 minutes, and I actually have played the game a couple of times now across the characters and actually had a bit of a go at he's a jouster. What was the name of him? The Hulk Jouster. It's a pretty cool game you've got going on there, Rudri. Do you want to introduce yourself to stage and talk a little bit about who you are at Eizper chain, and we'll get into it.
Yeah, thanks, Ben, for introduction about our game and doing some YouTube and many things that you do for this project. Yeah, I'm Rudy. I'm founder of this project and working on marketing, mainly marketing and business side for this project. Yeah, as per 10, we built it start on June, just last June. So until now, there is like 5 months. We are developing. That's and then on like last Solana ignition. I mean, yeah, this year Solana ignition, we got the third prize for um, blockchain part, blockchain gaming part. So we also invited to Lisbon to presenting mostly to our investor, and many of them much like us, because we deliver the project first, and then after that we do the fundraising. So not the other way. I mean, like many other project like just PowerPoint and raising the fund, but we deliver the product first. So many of investor like much like us, and yeah, that's why we got supported like from Alameda, and also on around like CMS, that's for VC, and also some VC from, we try to balancing between the Western VC.
So just say that last bit. You try to balance.
But before I start, maybe there is our game director also come to this tech. His code name is Takwan. If you see the monster with the white head, and you know, Takwan.
Yep, I've just sent him an invite so he can come to stage as well.
Yeah. I think you can. Yeah, Takwan is also here, so maybe
Thank
Takwan.
you.
Yeah. Welcome to stage, Takwan.
Hi, thank you very much.
So we'll go over a little bit before you keep going, Rudri, because you've mentioned a whole lot there. You guys, you've been awesome, and I would love to highlight the point you just mentioned there. Is you guys have a workable demo that's available now. A little bit confusing if you download it. It's quite you've got to work out the controls kind of your own way. There's no demos for it or anything like that, of course. But then that gives community creators and YouTubers a bit of a chance to do it as well and get in front. So I've done a couple of videos for it. I had a bit of fun. I love the boss fight. It is complicated. I think I got the boss 15% damage, so like I have to have a bit of a go again later on down the track. But you have been to Ignition, you got the third place there. That was amazing. How did you find that experience in the Ignition? Was there a whole lot of competition for you there?
Uh, can you meet yours when I'm where? Yeah. I sorry to answer your question a little later. Yeah, to be honest, we go to the ignition with a head held high. So it's we study the competitors and then we study the other projects that is competing with us in the Solana hackathon. And we are the only action RPG, so we're pretty lucky, I guess, to be positioned like that. And then as an action RPG, I think it's a perfect match between the blockchain game and the traditional game itself. So we are pretty confident, to be honest, but we are not sure whether we're going to win or not. However, looking at the comments of some FTX guy and some Solana guys, I think they said that we have a pretty good chance. So that actually propel our motivation to get into the competition very, very confidently.
Yeah, because obviously third place is still a great setup. Did that get actually increased to second place? Was it Rushdown Revolt? Were they eliminated from the prize pool?
Sorry, what you're saying?
So you finished third place announced, but did that later get bumped up to second place?
No, it doesn't. It didn't. We still in the third place. We do met the company who did the first one and the second one, though. I mean, the second who earned the first prize and the second prize.
Yeah. Also, on Lisbon, you guys actually ran a live event. Was it you had a whole heap of people actually playing your game?
Yeah. What happened was that it happens quite early in the stage. So when we arrive at Lisbon, we arrive at the airport, and we right away invited to Hacker House. On Hacker House, we are actually get to meet with a lot of CVs and a lot of angel investors. And right away, we have like a very positive review, and they're pretty impressed with the blockchain. No blockchain. I mean, they're pretty impressed with the gameplay itself and the graphic, especially the concept art and the 3D models. And the day after that, we went to the convention areas where people start to gather and then look at our AR card and looking at our artwork and also art book and also the game. So they get to try themselves, and then there's plenty of in that small restaurant we have like quite a number of participants to actually like a mini press conference like that, So yeah, that's what happened on for us. I guess we are very fortunate to be able to be put in that position. So we got to actually tell them about the story, the myth, the lore, the future of the game, and the development plans very early in the stage. So the remainders is just like people. We went to the convention, we get to meet people, and then same thing. I always bring my laptop, and then we start to show the game and stuff like that, and we managed to secure VCs from there.
Yeah, it's funny because I saw your game first get talked about being a mobile app ARPG action role playing game, and did see some gameplay, and then all of a sudden it was just wow, you're at Ignition, and then you're actively playing the game, and I thought wow, this is a lot further progressed than I had imagined at first place.
Yeah. I mean, well, thank you. I was as a game director, I am pretty surprised myself that we managed to win the ignition. But at the same time, we try to keep the production level very high, very consistent. However, it's very hard for us to remind people from time to time that this is just an alpha stage. When you work on the traditional gaming, such as working in Assassin's Creed series or maybe some Nintendo project like Xenoblade Chronicles or maybe like Final Fantasy from Square, they often they never release the alpha progression for the community. So in that way, I mean, according to my game director sense, this is way too early to release to the public. However, uh, this is all different different type of games because it's a blockchain and we have to involve the community very closely, and so we risk it out by actually releasing the game not being perfect. Our plan is to actually release the game on February next year because we managed to reach the beta stage. The battle system is fully implemented. and the online functionalities as well as the blockchain stuff is already being is currently being worked on and planned to be implemented by then. So yeah, I mean, so sorry if you encounter many bugs around the gameplay because this is like constantly being tested and being like scrutinized as we speak.
No, don't be sorry. I mean, it's amazing. We get to play the game, test the game, and have input, and even talk about it, and play that before any money's even hit the table. It's amazing you guys are putting out content for us to play and get excited
Awesome.
about the game. So, I mean, let's talk a little bit about the team. How big is the team, and what has the team worked on in previous time?
We fortunately we have like our in-house development team. All of them are full-time workers, and in Indonesia, we have 30 people working full-time in this project and currently growing. We're still hiring a few more programmers and production managers, and also the voice actor. We start scouting for them, and then the music engineers, sound effects, and as well as the visual effects guy, not to mention the blockchain programmer as well. So we are currently growing stronger every day, and we have like a quite quite conducive studio because people can work on the studio like a very enjoyable environments. And we held our meeting and our client meeting in house, so we can actually ask them to walk up to our studio and look at the progress live. So this is very encouraging for the team as well as for the investor as well themselves. And yeah, right now we are 30, 32, 32, right? 32 strong team. Yeah. And still
That's a
growing.
big team. So that is amazing. That's good to hear, because a lot of these games, they take time. They take big production crews. So what has Eizper Chain worked on previously? You mentioned something about Assassin's Creed. Has the team been on that before?
Yeah. So we primarily are what you call it, animation studio. So we work a lot of on local commercials, and then we got a chance to work with Disney for a while doing the TV series and Nickelodeon. We work on, I don't know if you guys know, some Miraculous Ladybugs and all the TV series for the teens. And also we work on a few Final Fantasy VII assets down the line. There's a few Final Fantasy games that we cannot mention currently, incoming in the future for PlayStation 5. Previously also we work on a lot of cinematics for the Nintendo game as well as the Smash Brothers. And I think the newest one, the newest Smash Brothers for the Nintendo Switch. We have a few more projects behind our belt, but we can't say it in public yet.
No, that's good. You've mentioned many awesome, not just games but platforms as well. So different platforms. What you guys are building this on Unity? Is that right?
Yes, for Eizper Chain, we did build it in Unity. However, for the outsourced project, we usually get their own engine tested before we build it for them. But we are mostly involved in the visual department, so the story developments is up to them. But we only execute a few sequence or a few shots down the line and a few animation for those games that I mentioned.
Yeah, that's good to know. So building on Unity, then does that mean you plan on launching computer first and potentially mobile phone not long after?
Exactly. I mean, that is what our plan as of now. We met with a lot of people who, Indonesian gamers, they are very close. They're very involved, especially to those mobile gaming. Majority of us, because we don't play a lot of consoles. Me myself, I play a lot of consoles. We have like the Nintendo, Sony, PlayStation, all that. And we truly believe that this traditional gaming is where we should start, because we should develop like Sony, but then we market it to the mobile phone community. We try to get the highest fidelity possible. As of now, what you see in the demo, I think it's around 30 to 40% of what we wanted to achieve in the end in terms of visuals. However, yeah, our paradigm here is to actually shoot for the star first. I mean, we try to build as visually appealing, visually presentable as we can. Like those console game, if you mentioned like the new PlayStation game like Kina, Horizon Zero Dawn, those are big budgeted project, and they have like 200, 300 people on the team. We aspire to be like them, so we try to reach the fidelity. Even though by the end of the day, I mean, it's pretty tough to get there. However, we try our best to reach the mobile Sony or PC standard before we try to compress it down to mobile phone. So we do have like a few mobile app developments working in-house that is already planning the stage of converting and transforming all the assets and the textures, and also the simplify the programming language and simulations towards the mobile demography. However, we plan to do it after all the assets has been completed by earliest by March or April next year.
Sorry, so March, April, possibly for mobile, or that's when you're more testing towards.
We start the. That's when we start the mobile development.
Yeah, okay. So you might be looking there maybe quarter 3, quarter 4, end of year for
Right.
the potential mobile. Obviously, things take time.
Right.
People like the game is very fleshed out. It's a lot of this is learning for me as to the mobile phones and seeing the game swapping over and even the engineering inside of it. But the game is super fleshed out with your computer. So you were talking then potentially a February release.
February release for beta version. I mean, our full release is on July or August next year, and the mobile shortly afterwards, maybe at the end of the year. At the end of next year, sorry.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. So we'll go through, I guess, some of the basics with the NFTs, and you guys haven't released any NFTs yet. You haven't released a token, and we'll talk about the token at some stage. But the NFTs are potentially going to be launching in January. Is that right?
Yeah, right.
And
we will.
sorry, Radri, do you want to talk a little bit about the NFTs? How many you're launching? Cost isn't too much of an important stage at this stage, but how many you're launching, and what are they actually going to do for the game? Where's the utility in the game?
Okay. So we plan to launch our NFT around 3 or 4 weeks for January. It's for the guild and then for the public. Yeah, we have planned totally launch 12, 12 kind of NFT, which is divided into 3 sections. The first one is a legendary character. Maybe can I share some screen here?
You can share in the live questions if you're sharing pictures of those.
How to share? Wait.
So we have a live question channel just above the public stage. You just need to physically click onto it. Yeah.
Okay. Which channel I can share? Or yeah, maybe I should talk to you first. So we have 3 kind of NFT that separate into 12 items. The first one is legendary playable character. So for this section, we have 2 playable character that we would like to sell on January. The first one is Chris, if you the swordsman one, and the second one is Harley.
Yeah,
And
I've got Chris. That's the gameplay I've been doing, and Harley I've had a look at. But in the second beta, she bugs out a little bit, so I just didn't play her as much.
yeah. That's a free trial for all our gamer. But for after the beta release, we will sell the Chris and Harley. Also, the second thing is non-playable character. If you see that on the village, you can talk to many NPC like Geopaldi, who is the blacksmith, and also Chanti, who is the potion keeper, and the Mary, who is the NFT auctioneer, and also Rudion, who is the arena keeper. And yeah, the other one is Rachel, who is the quest giver. So all of our NPC has some utility, like if you have a Geobaldi, who is the blacksmith, because you need some monster material item and also some gold or some shard in the higher higher tier level. So if you have this blacksmith NFT, then you have some like 20% or 30% discount. Let's say you need like 10 heart Joser heart, but if you get this blacksmith NFT, then you only need to grinding for 7 uh, Joser heart. So it's like that. And the third the, the category that we would like to sell is enemy NFT. All of this enemy NFT has function to increase the drop rate if you kill the monster. I mean, like, let's say Jouster. The most rarest one is the Jouster heart. I forgot the name. This one, maybe you can mention the other part of Jouster. I forgot the name.
The Hulk Jouster, is that what you're talking about now?
Yeah, let's say like the arm for Juster, or the weapon of Juster. It's easy to get. I think the drop rate will be around 20% or 25. But for the heart itself, Jouster heart, I mean, the drop rate will be around maybe 0.5% or 1%, because it needs to you need this Jouster heart to make a good higher weapon.
Oh, I see.
So
Heart.
if you have this Jouster NFT card, then you can increase the drop rate for Jouster Heart from 1%, maybe become a 3% or something like that. So let's say you need to grind like 10 hours or 15 hours for one Jouster Heart. Then if you have this NFT card, then you only maybe grinding only 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours maybe for this Jouster Heart. So in the sense of these 15 hours, you can get like 3 times Joster Heart. So it give you in-game yield benefit. I mean, Joster Heart need to be upgraded to some weapon that will become NFT, then you can sell it on the marketplace.
Yep.
So for the playable character itself, if people would like play our game, because our game is free to play, so you didn't need spend any cent to play our game from the very beginning to the end. But so you can use generic character that will publish on this beta stage on February. But if you have like Chris or Harley, you see they have like a special move or special skill that make your pension more easy or easier. So that's the difference. But the generic character didn't have that special move. So that's the difference between generic character and the playable character. So that 3 kind, in total 12 items that we would love to sell. And every item from that 12 item also have the rare version. So let's say you buy, we will sell on package. There will be like 5 item, 7 item, and 12 item, right? Yeah. So you can choose which package you can buy. But in like, let's say the Chris have the rare version. Then if you got the Chris with rare version, then it has edition on like maybe 10% or 15% of their stat or their skill will become more heavier damage. So the skin is also the different, because you buy our NFT, then on February patch you can imply our NFT inside the game. So that's the difference from our project, that you can imply your NFT directly to the game on February. So you didn't need to wait for one year to play your game with your NFT. So yeah, that's our.
I follow with most of that. That's awesome. So there's going to be 12 different NFTs, even from getting the blacksmiths and all of those. And it sounded like by grinding through the game, you'll pick up other NFTs, which will then increase the drop rates and percentages of the NFTs. It has a very Diablo sounding feeling to me. Is that one of the hot games that you highlight that you're kind of basing around developing to make it like similar?
Yes, Diablo is our ground zero actually, and we saw a lot of potential within the Diablo universe and the lore, and also the battle system as well as the gameplay system that is achievable even better in a blockchain stage and NFT, and
Yeah.
very much like what Mr. Rudy said just now. We plan to release the 4 type of NFT, right? So there will be more types down the line. However, for January, we will release the legendary characters and the NPC, right, as well as the enemy. Please stay tuned for that. Most of the benefit, the in-game yield benefit, will be mentioned in our website as we go in the closer days to the release.
Yeah,
And
that's
also,
sorry.
yeah,
So when
sorry.
you say the NPCs and the player characters, Chris and Harley, they'll also be available. Does that mean if you mint an NFT that it's going to be a random chance to be one of those 4 different characters?
No, no. For the legendary character, our current plan is to sell them on the store. However, the one that you can mint is weapon and armor, and also something that is called skill crystals down the line. The first one, yeah, the first one is the weapon. This is where GeoFildy will mint it for you. So, according to our current development plan, we have 2 types of weapons. So number one is a free-to-play weapons. We have extensive skill trees that you can build and upgrade on. However, when you reach the end of that skill tree, you reach the maximum levels of the free-to-play weapon. You have no choice but to upgrade it to the NFT weapon afterwards. And the NFT also, the NFT weapons level, it's in itself also have like 5 levels of upgrades within them, and they all have a very specific function that affects the gameplay normally. Not only that they have like elements, but they also have like a perks that make your character has a defense higher, or make your character unable to inflict a poison status and all that later on. But I think we spoiled it too early. Just stay tuned for that, I guess. And that's the weapon one. And for the armor itself, apart from defense, we also have some utility rates, utility applications for you guys to, when you wear the certain armor, it will make you run faster on the forest, and it will make you unable to avoid some enemies when you encounter them. Yeah, make your stamina run out less often. And yeah, those are the armor effects that we are planning to launch by next year. And last but not least is skill crystals. As you can see on our UI, our current UI on the left, we have like 3 skills, right? Three circles that is already being filled with the ability of the character. But the right circle there are 3 of them. They're still empty. Those slots will be filled with skill crystals.
Here,
So
1, 2.
you can customize the character the way you wanted to play it. So some people plan to what do you call it? Plan to play aggressively and likes to play defensively or more strategically. You can adjust those 3 slots on the right to your likings.
Oh, so just change it around so your muscle memory is to what you're used to playing in either World of Warcraft or Diablo, League of Legends, all those kinds of things.
Yeah.
So that was super awesome. A whole lot of information there. It sounds like your NFTs are going to be super detailed, so I do recommend for the crowd, keep an eye on the information. I've also got the links in there. We'll try and link as well the Discord. So it's important finding out when you're looking at buying into these games exactly what those items are going to get, what they're going to entail. When you said you can buy the characters, so is that going to be there's going to be a limited number of characters, or?
Yes, sure. Limited number. So for the Chris and Harley, we only release 1,000 for each. So let's say our game is booming because we are also free to play, so many people will play our game, and then like we hope that after public we target it like 100,000 DAU. So you can imagine you have Chris or Harleys, then it's only 1,000, so it's very, very rare and very limited. So the difference between our
Yeah.
NFT and like, like JPEG NFT and so on and so on, the difference is we have utility and the game is truly developing along the line. So, and I would like to extend some more point that this is like the initiative from us that anyone who buy our NFT, we will send to them the physical AR art everywhere in the world. So if you see from our Instagram, like on our October release on Indonesia, you can see the art book there and also the physical AR NFT card. So you can scan with your weapon with some special software, then the AR will come from your phone. So there will be some animation, Chris like swinging the sword, or Harley doing like jump and shoot his archer, his arrow, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I like it. That is cool. So, I mean, super important. Only 1,000. That is going to be. They're going to be rare. That's a very small number, but it's amazing. You guys are obviously going to have that free to play part of the game. We need to be thinking about that for the crowd and getting the games adopted. So, one other thing you mentioned, Taquan, about the NFTs for the weapons and the armors was you can only level them up so far before you need to purchase an NFT. Does that mean that people are still going to be able to earn currency in the game and work towards being that play to earn version and work towards buying it from what they've earned from playing the game?
Yeah, about the currency system, we do have something called gold, right? I mean, gold is very common currency to use and very easy to get. And every time you finish a quest, or maybe you can find in a dungeon killing enemies, the rewards must be gold, right? So some of the golds, we call gold in this game as a free-to-play currency. So
Yep.
technically, when you are in the free-to-play regions, character or maybe players, you can complete the quest and all the storyline as per normal, but in order to master the experience, in order to get the best weapon available and the best skill available to be the master hunter or maybe to be the master archer, those title will require you to actually upgrade your free-to-play weapon to the next level. So you can go to the blacksmith, and then the blacksmith will ask you, do you have like an Eizper shard? The Eizper shard is something that we haven't published yet. It is actually a currency that dictates your NFT upgrades. So the NFT in Eizper chain is very well programmed and is pretty advanced as compared to other game because, like Mr. Rudy said just now, it has like a scarcity value, and also it has like an in-game yield value where you can, when you have the NFT, you will get certain advantage within the game. So yeah, when you finally reach the end of the line of your weapon for the free-to-play weapon, the Giovaldi will like ask you, do you want to upgrade this to the next level? Do you want me to mint you the next weapon, the next level weapon, as long as you have the Eizper shard? The Eizper shard is the one that is a currency that is pretty much attached to our governance currency. So when you have our governance currency, you can actually purchase the Eizper shard in order to upgrade your weapon to the next level. So this is so-called, we dub it as a blockchain weapon. So these blockchain players and those blockchain enthusiasts, the one that usually will be able to get these weapons to be minted as NFT once they reach the final stage of the free-to-play weapon. That, or you can actually just go to our marketplace and then get it, something like that.
So just to clarify on that, Bar. So every weapon that minted inside our game, like weapon or armor, you didn't need to buy, but you can do grinding, kill the monster, kill the Jowser and the other boss that we would have on this release maybe on next 2 days. This one now is on like push hard because on Thursday we will have another patch on holiday event that we call it Winter Showdown. So there will be some special mission, some if you can finish the game, then you can get some special NFT for that occasion. So mostly like weapons, skill crystal, armor, and so on stuff. Beside the NPC, I mean, like most of this you can get it for free, but you need to spend hours to play this game to got the item that need to be upgraded into the NFT. But all of these weapon that minting inside the game, let's say you have like a forest for like forest sword or tree sword, something like that. It also have some scarcity. So maybe it's only like 1,000 or 2,000. So the first 1,000 people that play well and play an hour, so they can get this NFT for free. And after they finish the minting, they will sell at the marketplace with, I think, the higher price, because people will need that weapon to kill some boss. So that's our NFT and how our free to play work.
Yeah, as you mentioned Diablo just now, you remember the auction house? It's pretty close to that.
Are you
Yeah,
guys?
and then
Sorry,
sorry, yes,
you guys are in the
yes,
same room by the echo there. Is it you guys either work together or live together?
um, yeah, we are in my studio meeting room just now, actually.
No, it's good. I mean, it's good to see that you're working together, and there it's you did say that you had the
Yeah.
Indonesian studio, so that's going to be a super detailed NFT setup. So when do we look to see more information for a white paper or a very specific Medium article regarding the setup for the NFT system?
It's incoming. Yeah, so we do have like our support in a lot of social media platforms. As one of them is Discord. But if you follow our Twitter and you follow our Instagram or what do you call that? Medium, right? We will release a few articles that will explain in very detail on how this NFT will work and when we're gonna distribute it, and then how you're gonna use this NFT in your gameplay and so on and so forth. As well as those AR augmented reality applications that Mr. Rudy mentioned just now. We will release it upon the launch of NFT to public so that everybody can download it and then scan their NFT cards and show off to their friends about the animations, the AR animations that we currently have.
Yeah, I think the
yeah.
AR is going to be very hard, even for me getting my head around it at the moment. There's a lot of companies and games that are trying to produce in the AR and offer those as additional benefits. But I think early on it's going to be, you might flex it, but I think people won't really understand it at the start.
Yeah, we realized that the NFT communities they like the scarcity concept, and with that scarcity comes collectibles, right? We have to
Yeah,
like have like awesome collectibles, and
absolutely.
to enhance the value of collectibles, of course, we're gonna do something special for our communities, especially your communities and our own communities and our partners communities. Those Eizper chain communities will get their own Eizper NFT cards, so they can scan the mightiest weapon that they have and then show off to their friends, and that kind of raise the value of collectibles per se.
Yeah, I like it. That is pretty cool. With Diablo, there was hardness levels. The game went up in modes. So is that a similar kind of system that you plan to have for Eizper?
We raise the difficulties. We haven't put the number in stones. However, we plan to raise the difficulties when you add new players into the game. So when you invite people, multiplayers to your world, we raise the enemy difficulty and make the AI more aggressive when they do so. So the amount of people that can play together, I think it's going to be 4 for now, but we're gonna announce it maybe on later stage after we fully flushed out the developments or next year. So when you have like 2 players team, the enemy HP will increase
Yeah,
by
yeah.
1.1%, 1.2%. And then when you have 3 people in your team, it becomes like 1.5%. And when you finally have like 4 people in the team, it becomes not percent. It's like 1.1 times the original FP as HP, and then 1.5, and then 2, twice the HP. So it takes longer to kill the enemy, and then the enemy will damage you even worse when you are in 4-player mode.
So that's some awesome information there. Do we look like the game then is going to be more PvE, as in playing as a team, rather than PvP at the start?
Yeah, that is the easiest to develop, I guess.
Yeah.
In terms of online functionalities, we do have our PvP plan accordingly. At first, you can do player versus player solo, but later down the line, our objective is to develop another League of Legends or Dota.
Yeah.
Because the way the player is controlled, the way the skill is performed, and the way you navigate through the stage is pretty much similar, right?
Yeah, very,
So
very similar to
yeah,
League.
yeah. So something like that. So we are been developing the concept as we speak, but we haven't released the official information on how exactly it's going to be played next year.
So it makes me think, though, when you get a boss kill and you've got 4 players in the group, if these bosses are dropping NFTs, how are they going to get split between the 4 people? Are they going to need to make a roll? Is it going to be on chain? Yeah, when money's involved in an item, it makes me question. I guess it's hard, isn't it? We are the gaming is changing into blockchain. I know what it's like in World of Warcraft. If something drops, everybody rolls on it. We saw hunters rolling on Ironfoe from World of Warcraft, where it wasn't a specific item, but now things are going to be worth money. How do you guys tackle that situation?
Well, yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, that's a tough situation to handle. However, boss will not drop you NFT. I mean, let me correct you a little bit there. Boss will actually drop you his items. We call it a monster item. So
So the monster parts, we were seeing that in the beta at the moment. Yeah. So you pick up like the head bone, and then there was other bones.
Right. So as Mr. Rudy mentioned just now, there's something called Jouster Heart,
Yep.
Jouster Plate, Jouster Shell, and the lens and all that. So every boss will have like 5 drops, 5 item drops, one of which is going to be very rare. And when you bring those items to the Santa Claus, so we call it a Santa Claus right now, it's a Giovaldi, right? Because he's designed like Santa Claus. He will then mint the NFT for you, as long as you have a wallet registered, right?
So then, if you've got 4 people and they defeat the jouster, and does he just drop 4 jouster hearts, for example?
It depends. That's not necessarily. So it depends on the chances. So when you, unlike other games where you have to like pick up the loot from the ground, the loot will be automatically registered to every player. So you can see the pop-up box mentioning that you got this, you got that, you got this, and if it's going to be very different from every player's.
Yeah, it's super awesome to see gaming just changing before our eyes, and it makes you think of years gone by and problems that you've had in traditional gaming, and seeing the teams how they're going to tackle those problems. So that is super cool. It sounds like you are thinking about it, which is important.
Thank you.
So we talked about the Eizper crystals. They're going to be used to upgrade NFTs. Is there going to be some kind of game token launched next year, or is it a dual token? Is there thoughts into that?
It's a dual token system. The Eizper shard that I mentioned is the upgrade currency, we call it. And you can only get this in 2 ways. You can get this in 2 ways. One of them is finishing quests. You by regularly log in daily, and then you finish the daily quest and you solve the environmental puzzles. And there's a few ways to actually get the Eizper shard. So those free to play players, as long as they have a wallet, you can actually mint the NFT weapon for yourself. So you don't have to be like involved in any Bitcoin community or maybe crypto community to be able to play this game fully. Those people who grind and who dedicate their time to actually play the game will be able to mint the NFT from grounds up, so they can grind it out, But at the end of the day, I mean, we still have like those what do you call it, players who are very blockchain enthusiasts, also gamer. They will be the one who's like getting all the rarest weapon, because they can purchase this Eizper shard using our governance token. Okay. As I mentioned just now, yes, it's a dual currency system.
Yep.
So number 1 is the Eizper shard. Number 2 is called an Ice coin. This Ice coin, you can actually buy it, using the it's a crypto that you can buy. It's an on-chain currency. So using this ice coin, you can purchase the Eizper shard to dictates to actually help out with the character progression
Nice.
or maybe your weapon upgrades.
No, it's good. That's awesome. So is that ICE? Is that how you spell the ice coin?
Yes, I-E-1-Z.
IEZ.
I see. We call it
Yep,
ice.
I see.
Yeah.
IEZ. And are you going to be doing normal launches for those, or are you looking at doing potentially IDOs, IEOs on Solana?
Yeah, please stay tuned. We will announce soon.
Okay, that's cool. I guess even I just mentioned Solana then. So is the aim to be blockchain agnostic? Do you want to expand to multiple blockchains, or is the immediate term just to concentrate on getting the game coming out on Solana?
Yeah, I think right now we have on our timeline is we focus on Solana first, um, because we believe that if we can make product out very well, then user will come to
Yeah.
us from anywhere, from any chain. So our purpose is, and I mean, like our target operation right now is to make the game as good as possible.
Yes.
Then audience will come to us.
Super
Yeah, that's
impressive. I like that answer. That is, I think you've nailed it spot on. And a lot of people are a little bit too worried about making profit in crypto gaming and blockchain gaming. You make a good game, and so far you guys are on path for that. The players will come to us. It's not hard to send money from an Ethereum wallet to a Solana wallet. It costs a bit of money, but on the wallets at the start, we're going to be onboarding a whole heap of new people. And you did mention that people have no idea will be able to install a wallet in game. Was that what you said? So that you'll have a system there for people that are not crypto native?
Yeah, for the wallet itself, right now our tech lead just present to us like last week to make like the wallet, because our game is desktop application, not a web application. So we need to do some extra effort that the wallet can connect to our application. So I think it will be possible on this beta. So people have native experience. So I mean, like if you want to buy NFT from marketplace and you are inside the game, so you didn't need to come back to web, but you can just talk to the NPC, which is Mary, who is NFT auctioneer. And hey, I want, yeah, you just talk, and there will be a list of item that sell by another player will listing on that Mary. So it's kind of beside the wallet and NFT, and also minting the NFT inside the application. So it will be native experience. This kind of experience, we would need for onboarding people who come from traditional gamer. So we targeted not only blockchain gamer because it's already speculate with NFT and so on and so on. But we also targeting the uh, traditional gamer. So that's how we build by native experience inside the application, inside the game itself.
Yeah, what is important for us is actually simplify the UX, user experience for the users. So what Mr. Rudy mentioned just now is that when you are playing the game, you approach the auctioneer, and then the auctioneer will let you know what kind of item that is currently in sale, what is the item that is currently open for auction and stuff like that. And those information is exactly the same what you can find on the website. So people who are not playing the game, who are just wanted to look at the item and the list of inventories that is on trade, you can actually do it from inside and outside the game seamlessly.
That's good. It's good you're putting a lot of time into the wallet and that. So I guess the last question I had, we're coming up to 50 minutes now, and I've got some questions to go through from the stage. It's about guilds. A lot of the games that are building at the moment are going into these big guild type teams and things that are already previously set up. So I think you did mention earlier something about guilds. Has Eizper Chain already paired up with some of the big guilds that are out there?
Yeah, we have some. Our seed partner, we don't call it seed investor because all of our investor must work together with us. Then, if you just want to take, yeah, deposit your money in our project, so we cannot accept that. We accept that who will work together with us. So our seed round is very, very decentralized. There will be around like 23 23 or until 25 party that will also participate on our seed. We will announce it on very early of this new year, and we will closing it before the Christmas this week. So I mean that party is divided into some VC and also some guild and also some angels. All of them has special added value or special community to push this project forward together. Uh, some guild that we could mention it now is like Avocado. Avocado join also, and
Yep.
then yeah, we are not just with YGGSEA because we live on Indonesia, so we targeted to Southeast Asian, and also there is another guild that still in discussing with us, and we'll decide it whether they can join us before this Christmas. And also, beside the guild itself, we have also like coordinating and also have partner in our ship with esport organization. I think the biggest esport organization on the Southeast Asia market, especially for Indonesia. They have millions of followers on Instagram and also their YouTube. Maybe 200K, 300K every day. They see the streamer because esport organization is very very big on Indonesia, especially, and they also support us. So we have very very specific target, especially for Indonesian market. So we can become the biggest, I think, blockchain gaming network, especially for Indonesia market. And we believe that if we can like very focus or very specific on targeting the market with guild, with esport, and so on and so on, so we can have, I think, and as you know, Indonesia has like 5 times or 6 times bigger than Philippines. So if yeah, if Axie can very successful or Philippines there.
Yeah, well, I mean, with things like Axie paving the way for the Philippines specifically, there's a lot of highlight on a potential chance for industry around Indonesia and Vietnam and all those kinds of things. So, do you see other games building in this space? Is there a lot of do you think things like Project Seed may be a bit of competition for the target audience of Indonesia and Philippines?
Yeah, we welcome the challenge. I mean, the more the better, right? The
Oh,
more
I
the
love it.
merrier. Because
Yes.
yeah, first of all, we are pretty confident of what we have built so far, and then we try to achieve even better standard. And the more people develop in this blockchain platform, actually, in the long run, is make the industry better. Same like
Yeah.
exactly very similar to the traditional game that we have experienced so far. Right? Remember when we still play those Nintendo and Sega old games? The more people get into the game, the better quality that we can achieve. So yeah, we welcome the competition. I mean, we learn from them, and they learn from us. And this is even though there is some rivalry going on, but we look at it in a very positive light, and we are pretty optimistic on our community itself because the one that we present to them is a very specifically designed experience for action RPG, and yeah, Project Seed is awesome, man. It's awesome, guys. I suggest you go and check them out. Yeah, one thing that maybe um, uh, what do you call that? Maybe become our point of consideration is that where is the trend nowadays? I mean, do people prefer those simplified games and maybe gamified experience or gamified applications, or they prefer some like a full-fledged game with a lot of complex story and and complex upgrade system and all that. So yeah, we are pretty sure that there is enough money for everyone in the world. So yeah, we're very cool about that, man. I mean, um, go ahead. I mean, bring it on. That's what we're trying to say.
I
Sorry.
love it. That's an amazing answer. Bring on the challenge. It does lead me into one of the crowd questions from Die Knight. What do you guys feel truly separates you from other play-to-earn games that are building on Solana?
One of that is the genre. I think the ARPG is quite rare and still in not many people are doing that. And then the second thing is we have amazing concept art team here, and then you can take a look at. As of now, the characters, right? They're all like a humanoid form, but later in the development, you will see that we have like included multiple tribes of design and peoples, and we have designed the Eizper chain lore to be quite. We have a team of writers that is working in house to develop the story and the dialogue together. And you can expect to see some witty dialogues and then some what do you call it, twist and turn in the adventure. But yeah, don't forget that Iceberg Chain is not only about PvE but also about PvP. We are building the battle system as we speak, and we are testing it every day and then ensure that it's fair and it is remarkable, and also have ample rewards for everybody. So yeah, it's not only like a grindy games that you can go into the dungeon with your friends, adventure together. Yes, it is a part of the game, PvE. However, you also what makes us unique is that we are trying to streamline all the experience and add PvP elements into it, so you can show off your coolest armor, latest power, and stuff like that, and in the fair manners. Yeah, I guess that's the unique point about the unique selling point for Iceberg Chain.
I like it. You did mention as well, do we want to be playing these gamified things or do we want a fully fledged game? Me personally, I'd go for the fully fledged game anytime. PvP, that means that you guys would be looking towards esports possibilities down the track?
Yeah, some of the esports association in Indonesia, we have approached some of them, and then as Mr. Rudy mentioned just now, we have strike a few deals with them. And yeah, what make the community pretty much alive in Indonesia is the competitions, right? In the event itself, and these esport events is something that we rely a lot, and we have looking at a few venues and few cities in Indonesia where we have like a lot of people playing mobile games and also the traditional games gathered. They play a game like Street Fighter and the solo PvP, and also League of Legends, Mobile Legends, Dota, and so forth. Indonesia are crazy, man. We have like plenty of gamers over here that is underground. So we plan to dig on those communities and introduce this new concept of gaming to them. Yeah, that is the so-called potential that we are trying to achieve maybe earlier in the quarter one of 2022. And we hope along with that your community can work together with us, and then we can actually make this a title into a success.
Yeah, I mean, I love it so far. Everything I've seen from you guys looks amazing. And to even talk out possibly getting some kind of PvP and actions available in the first quarter, that's amazing. The next question I had, there was one about the game stores, and the question was very hard to understand. But game store question: will the store allow people to trade and/or sell items to players on a consignment basis? So I guess this may come into: is there going to be an in-game way of renting out your NFTs?
That is tricky. We don't plan any consignment kind of trade within the shop. However, in the guild, right, as you mentioned just now, our current guild models is that we have one guild leader who possesses the guild emblems, right? So we call it house emblem over at Iceberg Chain. And those guild members can have up to 20 member within the game as we plan right now. Maybe the number will change later. those 20 members within one guild can actually rent out the weapon from the leaders to actually go to garner more monster materials and win the PvP battle. So the guild in our Eizper chain has a variety of functions. So number one is that if, for example, the guild leader scout you as an adventurer, so that means that you can actually strike a deal with them to borrow later skill crystals, later better armor, better weapons to go for adventure, to grind in deeper level dungeons. However, when they scout you as fighters, or maybe they see your talents as a so-called competitive players, then they might want to put you to do like a PvP duty, or maybe guild versus guild duties, to win those awards and events that we plan to regularly have when the game launches later. So that is what I hope. Maybe it doesn't answer the question, but it does have like a renting system, or maybe
It does in effect. You've effectively said there, to be joining in guilds, you'll have a chance to be able to share your items amongst the guild members.
Our guild is designed in-house in game, so you don't have to like go to specific outside website to actually get to be in guild with certain someone, but you can actually form the guild in game and then recruit your people or your members in game as well.
And then if the guild leader, and you have 20 people in your guild, does the NFT, where does that stay? Is that on contract? Does the contract own the NFT when it's being used by one of the guild members?
The NFT will stay in the guild leader, but then it can be rented out to the members of the guild. As in the in-game items can be rented out to the players within the guild, but it has like a limited amount of time. What do you call it? The rent has limited amount of time, and after that time, it will go back to the original owners.
No, I like that.
That is something very.
So it's like a solar system, but inside the game. So guild didn't need to have like some special smart contract they built on their own, but they can just using our smart contract that we built inside the game.
The next question was: are you planning on linking the game with Bonefeeder naming service? So if we already own ourselves a name, for example, Barndog.sol, can I then utilize that name in Eizper chain?
Sorry, can you repeat the question again, please?
So are you linking with the Bonefeeder naming service to be able to utilize our domain names?
Oh, you mean like Bonefeeder? Yes, SMS system, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we are on talk with Bonefeeder right now to have the possibility also for that.
Because Star Atlas is one we haven't found out about at the moment, whether their naming service you've got to go and purchase. But realistically, if you've purchased the Bonefeeder name, it would be nice to see the games utilising that, because a lot of the time we're taking our gaming tags, aren't we?
Yes. We are exploring those values as we speak. We haven't struck a deal yet, but maybe we can. Stay tuned. We will probably announce it in the near future.
And another one here: will there be a gacha item from a combination of several items?
Gacha items, yeah. So what we plan to have in our gacha box is currently is monster materials and consumables item, but as well as some of the NFT weapons, right? And then, and the other thing that I forgot just now is the decorative aesthetic items that you can wear. It has like the same attributes with your current power level, so you can, for example, like Christmas hat and all that.
Yeah, more like vanity NFTs or vanity items.
Yeah,
everyone still likes them. They are a good revenue source for the team, but people still buy them, and you can buy and sell them later if you like. That's what blockchain gaming allows, is people can buy these skins and eventually sell them and make their money back and go to something else.
We agree. We reckon, yeah.
So that's all the questions I've got at the moment in both Eizper and the live questions channel. We are coming close. We're actually on the hour now. So have you got anything else you would like to talk about, Taquan, that I haven't mentioned or we haven't been through?
Yeah, man. Please stay tuned. Maybe I'm spending overnight in the studio right now building the next patch, guys. We have our programmer working full hours right now. We are building something that is called Winter Showdown. This is the very important reveal for us because you are going to be playing in the 1.5 kilometer square areas. We are going to release the next areas that is an open field that is actually separating Windenfell and the dungeon pirate graveyard. So you have to venture to the field, encounter specific enemies, solve the puzzles. We also incorporate like a teleport point so you guys can travel in the higher speed. And also we tweak the gameplay system a little bit, fine tune them so Harley will not be buggy again. Sorry. And then we incorporate a little bit of skill tweaking in the damage. Along with that, we also have like a quest system implemented, so you can talk to certain people in the city and in the town, and then you can have a chat with her, and then you can search for the mysterious item, and there's a few free collectibles that you can go along the way enjoy in the Winter Showdown, and ultimately it will culminate in the arena where you get to fight certain someone. So yeah, please look forward to it, and then thank you for supporting our games so far.
And just on that, then that sounds like a massive update. Is that going to be available for download from your website as per the last one?
Definitely. I mean, it will be live on the 23rd. We will announce it on the website. Yeah, we will announce it on the social media platform as well. So, but once it's ready, yes, you can download it from our website. Same link.
Yeah, so just for people in crowd listening and listening on YouTube later, I'll link the link for that. It's www.eizperchain.com. Always make sure you're following decent, you're following safe links. So if you can get those from either the Discord or even Twitter, is good. Make sure you're clicking on the right things before you just start downloading random things. But that's amazing. I love the fact that you've got such a massive content update coming out ready for Christmas. And even before NFTs are sold or any game tokens are sold, it is very unique at the moment. There are several mini games being produced by different gaming projects, but still they're not as immersive as what you guys have done. So big props, and certainly look forward to seeing more. Shit. Just. Sorry, I just disconnected myself from stage.
Oh, yeah.
It's a habit. I've got two screens, and I look at one screen, and if I click on the wrong button, it actually disconnects me. Sorry. If you could repeat that for me.
Yeah, I was just saying that. Yeah, we hope not to disappoint, and we'll build the Eizper chain to be better from time to time. We'll release like a monthly patch, and we hope you guys are excited to get into it.
What would be the best avenue for people to join up into your community? Would Discord be the best one? Is that the most active?
Yeah, our Discord is pretty active, and then some people are giving us feedback, live feedback, and gameplay recordings as we go. And it's very encouraging to see people like criticizing and showing their preference online, and some of them we already implemented, like mini maps and all the UI elements and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh, so
Discord, and Discord, Instagram, and Twitter, right? I mean, please join all.
just trying to get a link for that now for the live chat.
Cool.
All right, so there is a Discord link there in the Eizper Chain channel. So feel free to join up. That's amazing. I do want to thank you guys for coming along, and we have gone the good hour. It's much appreciated. We'll keep pace. For anybody watching, I've got the video up as well, and we'll keep in touch and download for a bit of Christmas play. That's amazing. I'd like to thank you guys again for coming to stage. Good luck, and definitely look forward to seeing the NFT sales and all those things coming forward.
Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.